Happy anniversary to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leo, Donnie, Mikey, Raph, and of course Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. 40 years. 40 years you've been around. It's insane to think about. I'm really sorry I can't be there to celebrate with you in person, but what I thought I'd do is I'd get together some friends and we'd talk about how much you mean to us, share some stories, some of our favorite things about the Heroes in a Half show. "40 years ago, you guys got together and in a joke just started drawing turtles, but if they were ninjas. And here we are 40 years later, still celebrating. I mean, this is one of so many volumes of comics. And this is where it started for a lot of people. But for many of us, myself included, it was in December of 1987, and I saw that cartoon. And that just changed everything for me.
So my first experience with the Ninja Turtles was definitely the cartoon, the original cartoon TV series. Came out in '87, so I was around 4 at the time. And I can just remember waking up on Saturday mornings with a big bowl of cereal and watching Saturday morning cartoons all morning long. And when that theme song came on, you knew it was about to go down. I mean, to this day, that theme song still just rules.
I feel like cartoons were definitely the first memories that I have. I remember coming to my grandmother's house one day and she had bought a set for myself and a set for my brother. And we both just got to open them. We didn't have any toys at the time, but they were just sprawled out on the bed. Yeah, I remember pulling the little ninja stars off, all the little brown weapons from their little racks, and yeah, losing them in carpet is huge. But I had the memories of the figures, and the cartoon's probably the earliest.
So my first memory with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would have to be the cartoon, obviously, for myself, because I was at that perfect age when the cartoon hit. I believe I was, 6 years old. Cartoon came out, blew my freaking mind. And then I do remember them having a commercial for the action figures. And I was like, I have to have those. So I do remember my first figure was Raphael, and I played with that thing. I took Raph freaking everywhere with me. Going to the park on the merry-go-round with my freaking Raph in my hand.
Man, my first Ninja Turtles experience, it's got to be around 1988, I want to guess. Went to go see Santa Claus, and I was, 5 years old at the time. And I go to see Santa, and as I'm sitting on Santa's lap and I'm talking to him, I'm looking off to the side, and there's a bunch of toys like hanging from a wall next to Santa, and there's a Leonardo there. And I have no idea what it is. And at the time, it's 1988. Again, I'm big into like Ghostbusters, He-Man, like that was my jam. And I'm looking up and I don't even know what Santa's saying to me. I'm just like mesmerized by this action figure. I can't read, so I don't even know it says Ninja Turtles. And I'm just staring at it. And then I don't even know what I said to Santa. I couldn't even tell you. And I then get the opportunity to like look at some toys at Sears. And I don't know how I'm able to convince my parents to buy me a toy. We're talking like 1 or 2 weeks before Christmas. And I convinced them to buy me this Leonardo. And I was obsessed. I came home with a toy, I opened him up, and this was the first toy I remember really being obsessed with the artwork on the card.
Thank you for the toys. Thank you for working with Playmates and collaborating with them creatively to come up with so many amazing toys that a lot of us still collect to this day. In a way, it feels like your joke became this happy accident that turned into 40 years of epicness, right? You gave us 4 characters to choose from, each with a different weapon or set of weapons, different styles, the different color bandanas, personalities. You got to flesh those characters out. So in a way, you were able to speak to a lot of us. My dude will always be Donatello. He seemed even keel. He was like, okay, we have a problem. Instead of freaking out about it, what are the possible strategies and paths that we can take, right? He was very methodical. He didn't solely just rely on his skills as a ninja, which he was very good at. He also relied on strategy and as a tactician. So I love Donnie. Donnie is my dude all the way.
My favorite turtle is Raph. I guess as a child, I related more to, the sarcasm and that is Raph. So, I don't know. I feel like I somewhat aligned with every turtle, but I align the most with Raph. So that's why Raph's my favorite turtle.
A huge Donatello fan. Even before the video game, before everyone fell in love with Donatello, because in the NES game, you could hit just about anything on the screen. I was in love with Donatello. And that's really what I wanted for my birthday. My birthday's in December, and I knew I wanted a Donatello action figure. And I remember my birthday came around and I'm opening up this gift, and lo and behold, it was an A-Stuck. I got A-Stuck for my birthday. And by the way, A-Stuck ended up becoming probably my favorite figure of all time because it was the first figure that I got. But once Christmas came around, I finally got Donatello to add to my collection.
My favorite turtle was Mikey when I was a kid. And I'll be honest, it's still Mikey to this day. It has never changed. I think my favorite combination of the two would probably be Donnie and Mikey. It was all from that 1990 movie, man. And those were my dudes. Just everything he did, everything Michelangelo did was just full of heart. And, I think he always cared so much for his brothers. And every edition that you see, every reimagination, I think, of Michelangelo, he's just the goofy, super like, I'm here to have fun, but I'm also here to kick ass and help out my brothers and do what's right. And yeah, I've just been a fan of him since day one. That's never changed, whether it's been Mutant Mayhem, it's been the 1990 movie, it's been the original cartoon, 2012. Michelangelo's definitely my boy.
Leonardo would have to be my favorite turtle. One, because blue was always our favorite color, and then he's the leader, and he's got the ninja swords, so I always related to Leonardo the most, I believe, turtle-wise. And then Casey Jones was probably one of my favorite figures from the show, just for the fact that, one, he was human, and he wore a mask, and he looked pretty cool. He kicked some butt.
My favorite Ninja Turtle has to be Donatello. Ever since a kid, I always loved Donatello. I don't really know why. He was just one that always resonated with me as a kid. Maybe it's because I thought the bow staff was so cool. Looking back now, I mean, it's literally just a giant stick. Maybe that's why I loved it, because it was easy for me to grab a huge stick out of the yard or a broomstick and pretend I was Donatello. Also, I thought it was cool that he was the smart one and the tech guy.
So my favorite turtle is definitely Leonardo. And that is because I always thought he was super brave, courageous, he wasn't scared, and I liked that. And he was a freaking leader, so like, who doesn't like a leader? But I love Leonardo. He's definitely still my favorite turtle to this day. But as I've gotten older, I do kind of have a thing for Raph. I do. Getting older, you start giving less cares, I guess, to put it nicely. So I like how like Raph speaks his mind. He's hot-headed too. So like, you get in a moment and you just want to freaking go off. Raph is awesome though. Raph has to be my second favorite turtle, but my favorite turtle is Leonardo.
I spent a lot of time trying to think through how I could tell you, Leo, Donnie, Mikey, Raph, why you matter to me. And the one word kept coming to mind, and that's joy. You bring me joy. I have enjoyed everything. Even those that don't like some of the stuff that's come out in the later years, I enjoy it. You bring me joy. And you've mattered to me for a long time in my life. Not just in movies or toys or comics, but like video games, records. I mean, the list goes on and on.
I think the thing that I love the most about these characters is not just the longevity, but their ability to adapt. Their ability to adapt to so many different media, to show up in so many different products, be marketed so many different ways. And what's great about them is like, there's a version of the Ninja Turtles for just about everyone.
It's just been fun, man. It's been fun. I just turned 40 years old, and I have been obsessed with the Turtles for such a long time. It's fun. I think there's such amazing artists that are out there. There's amazing artists that I've had the honor of working with and I work with every single day to make, whether it's pins, to make stickers, keychains, you know, just to make some really fun art. The toys are amazing. They keep getting better and better. The comics are insane. All the different video games, Shredder's Revenge, Turtles in Time. It's just a feel good. You know, for me, a big part is also the nostalgia. Turtles, of course, reminds me of being a kid. I'm definitely a 40-year-old kid at this point in time. And I think it's something that I'm going to continue to love. You know, my kids, my daughter's 8, my son is almost 2. And my daughter and I literally were just finishing watching an episode of the 2012 Nickelodeon, which is a great series if anyone hasn't watched that. And I enjoy that she likes it. By no means am I forcing it on her, or by no means do I think that she has to watch it, but if she enjoys it, that's great. And it's really fun to share that with her.
I think it just brings back like a better time, you know? Like being little, that was a good time in my life when I was young. And it just brings back like just positive memories. And, you know, coming home every day, watching the cartoon with my friends, and then, you know, talking about the Ninja Turtles at school, on the playground, learning how to draw Ninja Turtles, because I can't draw worth crap, but I can draw some turtles, guys. I can draw some turtles. So yeah, it was just a simpler time and place for sure. And like I said, they got me. They got me, and I still love them to this day.
They were a huge part of my childhood. You know, it's a big piece of nostalgia for me. And I think it's just because they're fun to watch. It's entertaining. It's still such a silly idea that still works today. You know, being a kid and just experiencing that when it first came out was just incredible. You know, you had everything from the cartoon to toys, video games, and movies. So for me, it was just, you know, so much fun. And now it still matters to me because they're still putting out new content with it. And we just had the new movie come out last summer, and it was cool because I have kids now, and I got to take my son and we got to go see the new Ninja Turtles in theaters, and he got to experience that the way I did. So for me, that was really cool that 40 years later, he's getting to experience Ninja Turtles and get into it just like I did as a kid.
I think TMNT means a lot to me because, you know, it was the positive, the influence, it was, you know, it was the shiny part of my childhood. I mean, I've been doing this is me, you know, when I was like 7 or 8, modeling for the newest TMNT clothes that 1990 had to offer to be in a Zeller's flyer. So, you know, TMNT, I've loved it since I was a kid, and that's went into adulthood, and, you know, that's why TMNT means so much to me.
Happy anniversary. Happy 40 years of bringing me and so many people joy. I truly hope that you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful year, and can just enjoy the fact that you've been such a positive impact in so many lives.
Guys, sorry I couldn't make it to the party. Had to work today. The boss is a jerk. But the last time we hung out was about 30 years ago. Got this cool pamphlet from one of your concerts. And yeah, have a good birthday.
Happy anniversary, Ninja Turtles. You've earned all the love that you get from people like me and the rest of the fan base.
Happy 40th anniversary to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Thank you so much, Kevin and Peter, for, you know, trying to make each other laugh and coming up with this amazing thing that has been such a big part of my life and so many others.
Happy 40th anniversary to the Ninja Turtles. 40 years, still going strong and still just as popular as ever. So happy birthday, Leo, Raph, Mikey, Donnie. I think it's just awesome that something I loved as a child is still extremely popular to this day.
I have to give a huge thank you and shout out to all of the content creators and fellow Ninja Turtle fans that joined me on this video. Without you, this thing wouldn't have been what it turned out to be.
No way, he's totally gonna give us props. Here it comes.
Shout out to the Basement Vault, Echo Base Collectibles, Not Another Retro Channel, Ninja Toitles, RETROSPECTRUM, Still Cool 80s, 90s Nostalgia, and the TMNT Collector. All of their information is in the description. All their links to Instagram, YouTube, whatnot. Go support these guys, go follow them, go buy some stuff on Whatnot. And if you come to Orlando, come hang out with me at Echo Base Collectibles. Again, thank you all so much. I am so appreciative. I'm sure my guests would agree with this statement and say that Ninja Turtles is a very universal thing. So I would love to hear some of your stories. Maybe a favorite toy, a favorite memory of when you got that toy, or watched a cartoon or a movie. Leave those in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, please click that subscribe button as well as the bell to get notified when I drop new content. And until next time, remember, it's not hoarding if your stuff is cool.